Hi everyone, First One 5 Meteorologist Melissa Meeder here on your Monday morning. It's 8:11 this morning, and it's going to be a toasty day today. Now, we've got to enjoy today because things are changing really by the time we get to tonight. So, what can we expect for our Monday? Well, I think you're going to like it, especially because we're starting off mild. We are going to be in the 70s this morning now, but we'll reach 88 degrees this afternoon with mostly sunny skies. We're near the 70s right now, as I mentioned, so it is a kind of a warmer morning out there. But we will have breezy conditions. We'll see some gusts up to 30 miles an hour, especially as we get to the afternoon. Why I say luckily we have breezy conditions is because these winds are from the south. So the winds, instead of being from the northwest, pulling down that haze that we've seen over the last couple of days from the Canadian wildfires, we're no longer going to have that kind of inflow of wind pulling that wildfire smoke down to our area. So we will see the haze slowly filter out throughout the course of the day today. As for temperatures right now, I said near 70. That's just about where we are. It's 69 degrees, mostly sunny skies, but due to the haze, not looking as sunny as it could be. There's our southerly breeze around 7 miles per hour. So as we go through the morning, expect temperatures to continue to warm up real quickly. We're around 79 by the time we get to 10. Lunchtime, noon at 82 degrees. We're at 83 once we get to 1 o'clock this afternoon. Our high temperatures, as I mentioned, will be 88 degrees. So we've got a lot that's going on, though, after today. Today is going to be the quiet day of the next 7 and warmest day of the next 7. What do we expect? Well, today, the last dry day. Yes, we're talking about rain and thunderstorm chances. They're back into the forecast. Tuesday brings the first warn. We have got kind of waves of rain and thunderstorm activity on Tuesday, some of which could be strong to severe. So as you go through the day on Tuesday, make sure you've got your rain gear handy because at all points of the day, we will likely see rain. The active pattern will continue, though. We still have small rain chances just about each day. Our next first warn is then on Friday. Another thing that I didn't put on here is that temperatures do take a tumble, unfortunately. We will go from the upper 80s today basically into the 70s for the rest of the work week due to the rain and thunderstorm chances. So as for tomorrow, that's when we start to kick it in gear with those rain chances. We've got an 80% chance for rain and thunderstorm activity on Tuesday. Now, this system is a large system. It is going to continue through the overnight Tuesday into Wednesday, and it's going to be mainly Wednesday morning where we see that 30% chance for rain. We should be dry the rest of the day with partly cloudy conditions. Then that leads us to Thursday, still having a 30% chance for some spotty showers. It builds to scattered by the time we get to Friday with a new first warn in place. We issued that first warn earlier this morning. Know that there will still be dry time mixed in there for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. These are kind of lower to mid-end rain chances, but Tuesday is going to be pretty soggy when we think about the timing of rain that we could see and when. Let's start timing that out. Now, we do have the potential for maybe 1 or 2 strong to severe storms tonight. That is coming with the arrival of that rain and storm activity on Tuesday. And I say tonight because this is going to be 2-3 o'clock in the morning that we see it. So level 1 out of 5 risk for our western areas. We've got damaging winds and hail as the primary threats. Maybe 1 or 2 strong to severe storms get going through the overnight. So let's track this out. Here we are, Monday at 10 o'clock at night. Not a whole lot going on. We've maybe got some clouds out there, but otherwise we're dry. It's after midnight, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, where we start to see rain and storms build in from our west. This will then become widespread across the area. This is not our best chance to see strong to severe storms, though. That comes later Tuesday afternoon and into the evening. So as we go through 3 a.m. to about 10 a.m., know that there's going to be rain, and you're likely going to encounter rain or some thunderstorm activity for your morning commute. By the time we get to 10 o'clock, the widespread activity becomes more scattered. Scattered activity is likely between about 10 o'clock and I would say noon before we start to fill back in again. This is then when we recharge for that potential for some strong to severe storms with a higher risk, a level 2 out of 5 risk. This is likely going to mean widely scattered strong to severe storms possible. Highlighted in yellow, this does include the metro. And then we have a 1 out of 5 risk for our northwestern areas. And that is going to be for, all modes of severe weather possible, but a lower risk compared to us in the level 2 area. So what could we see with any strong to severe storms that get going? Well, most likely it's going to be damaging winds, then hail, then heavy rainfall. There is the chance for maybe 1 or 2 isolated tornadoes, so the tornado risk is low, but it is not zero. It's something we're going to pay close attention to for tomorrow afternoon. This is going to be riding likely along a cold front boundary, and then will continue to rain and thunderstorm throughout the rest of the evening and into the overnight. So as we track that out, we stop it here at 1 o'clock. Things are scattered in nature. It becomes much more widespread once we get to, I would start to say, 5, 6, 7 o'clock p.m. As you can see, we see some embedded kind of darker pinks, some reds in there, indicating to us some strong storms. This continues to hang around for several hours as we head into the overnight, but the strongest storms look to be pushing off towards the southeast. So tomorrow, make sure you have several ways to receive weather alerts, just in case, you've got outdoor plans, or, there's most schools are out for summer break, but there are some activities that your kids may be doing, playing soccer or playing baseball, whatever you're going to be doing. So just make sure you have several ways to receive alerts. I mentioned heavy rainfall. This system could bring widespread 1 to 2 inches of rain, maybe some isolated areas of 3 inches. So we are watching that as a potential to see some heavy rainfall and maybe a little bit of localized flooding, but we're keeping a close eye on this as well. And as I mentioned, right now we're around 70 degrees already, and eventually we'll hit 80 degrees this afternoon, but I told you those storms are going to be riding along that cold front, and there we go. We drop into the mid to lower 70s as we go through the rest of the week. And this does include Friday. Friday's not on here, but know that Friday will also be at the 70-degree range. Friday brings that next first warn for some scattered rain and storm activity, but otherwise we start to dry out by Saturday, 20% chance, and we remain still below our average, or at average basically, other than today on this 7-day forecast. We'll be 80 on Saturday, 81 on Sunday. So that's the latest I've got for you for really the rest of the day today, and then what is going to be a pretty soggy Tuesday. I mentioned there's still going to be some dry time mixed in there, but make sure you have got your rain gear handy, rain jacket, your umbrella, whatever you may need to get yourself prepared as you head out the door tomorrow morning, or really on the way home from work as well. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day and enjoys these upper 80s that we have today, because we won't get them at least for another 7 days.